Hi, it's Nate from Nate's Marketing Solutions. I'm here to talk to you about the last section in my blueprint. It is the test, improve and duplicate section. Okay, can your site perform better? Can it convert better? The answer is always yes. There are so many variables when working with conversion rates, and I'm only one man, and I cannot possibly describe every single situation and outcome. This section is just to give you an overview and point you in the right direction. But like I said, your site, your squeeze page, your mailing list, your sales page, they can always convert better. And you have to test, and get those conversion rates up. Now it takes time, money, patience, and practice to conduct all this testing. But here are a few standard conversion rates, and if you're not at least here, you need to get here before moving on to the next project. Squeeze page or pop-up opt-ins, they convert around 30%. Freebie mailing list open rate, these are the ones that aren't buyers, about 25% open rate. A buyer's mailing list open rate around 40%. The email click-through rate, which is when you include links in your emails, how many of them get clicked, only about 5%. Unsubscribe rate needs to be less than 0.5%. Sales page conversion rate is around 1%. The banner ad click-through rate is around 0.08%. So yeah, it's less than 0.1%, which is less than 1%. Banner click-through rates are very low, but there's such a huge number of people looking at them, so that makes up for it. If your average time on your site is greater than 2 minutes, then you're good. You want your site bounce rate less than 70%. Bounce rate is when someone goes to your website and then just bounces back off. They're leave it before they even read anything. So these are a few standards. If you're not here, you need to get there before moving on. Okay, again, these are just ballpark conversion rates. Depending on the niche, the traffic source, etc., these rates can be much better or worse. It depends. These are just to get you in the right mind frame. At the bare minimum, at least be recording your visitor data. Even if you're not using it right away for all the testing, at least start recording everything. I recommend using Google Analytics. It is free, and it tracks a whole bunch of information and details about visitors on your website. So I recommend Google Analytics to track visitors on your site, to track your autoresponder series, like Aweber. It tracks analytics like open rates, click-through rates. It tracks all that stuff, unsubscribe rates. So your mailing list provider probably has an analytics of its own and can give you that information. And then you can also get into more details with link tracking programs like PrettyLink Pro. You can track clicks on particular links within your website. So if you have a banner over here and a banner over here, and it's the same banner, or it's the same banner, but you just want to see which one gets more clicks, you have this one as one link and then this one as the other link. It's just a way to test which part of your website is converting better, and that way you know where to place banners more strategically. Okay, so how many people do you need to determine your squeeze page or pop-up opt-in conversion rates? Well, 100 people sent to your squeeze page is not enough people to confirm whether your squeeze page sucks or if it's great. 1,000 people is probably more ideal. That way you get a full 1,000 people have seen your squeeze page and then you can decide on your conversion rates there. At a bare minimum, you want 500 people to your squeeze page before deciding if it's bad or not. How many people do you need to determine your email open rate and click-through rate? About 250 people will need to see your email, and then you can decide on your open rate and your click-through rate after 250 people have seen that email. How many people to determine your sales page conversion rate? At least 3,000 people. Since your sales page converts only around 1%, you'll need a large number of visitors before you can make any determination of what your sales page conversion rate is. So you don't want to change anything around until after 3,000 people have seen it and you know that it needs some work, or you know that it's great and you don't really need that much work. How many people determine your banner ad click-through rate? Around 75,000 impressions. So after 75,000 people see your ad, you can determine your click-through rate. And if it's less than this, you'll probably need to change your ad around to try and get up to this at least 0.08%. Okay, how do you determine cost effectiveness? It's pretty simple. It's amount of money spent per opt-in. So if you spend $100 on a banner ad campaign and receive 38 opt-ins, that's basically $2.63 per opt-in. Now let's say you have a PPC, I'm referring to search engine marketing, banner ad and a solar ad campaign going on, and these are the results. PPC ends up costing $1.67 per opt-in. Banner ad campaign costs $2.63 per opt-in, and solo ad campaign costs $1.51 per opt-in. So what do you do? Personally, I'd cut the banner ad campaign for the time being. I would take notes of who I advertise with and what my banner looked like, but I'd push more funds towards the PPC and solo ads. Note, solo ads can potentially be hit or miss. You may have someone with a responsive list that converts well, or you may end up having somebody with like a dead list. Whereas PPC, on the other hand, once you get that locked in, it stays pretty consistent. Okay, so you have the 500 or the 1,000 people come to your squeeze page and it's converting at 11%. Some things that may be wrong. The number one thing is poorly targeted traffic. Always take note of where your traffic is coming from. Does your ad match your squeeze page offer? If your ad talks about 3 fat burning exercise, but your squeeze page talks about going on a diet, you're misleading people. You need to advertise exactly what you're offering. You also need to go through the correct sources. Like if you're selling golf stuff and you advertise it on a dog training website, guess what? You're going to get poor conversions. Is it clear that they will need to enter their email? Is it clear that they will receive an ebook, a video, or a podcast? Is it exciting? These are just some issues that may cause some poorly converting squeeze pages. Low email open rates. The number one thing is if they want to receive an email from you. For example, if you receive an email from your mom, you're going to open it no matter what the subject line is. Now, if your list doesn't like you or trust you or want to hear from you, they're not going to open your emails. I've talked about it before, but this trust comes with time, by setting expectations and then delivering on those expectations. Is your subject line exciting? Is your email even making it to their inbox? Make sure people whitelist you, and make sure your emails pass through the spam filters. Use an established autoresponder service like Aweber or GetResponse. Alright, if you have low email click-through rates, like I said, with the open rates, trust is the #1 thing for email click-through rate. If they know you're going to deliver good content via these links, they're more likely to click on them. Are the links prominently displayed? Like, click here to check out my article, or are they kind of hidden? Make sure people can see that there's a link and that they can click on it. You can put them at the top of the article and the bottom of the article. Yeah, it helps to have links at the top and the bottom of the email. Okay, you have a high unsubscribe rate. Some things that might be wrong. Again, it's a trust thing. Have you set the expectations and then delivered them? Is there an email that people receive and then unsubscribe from your list more than others? At least Aweber, it tells you which email your members unsubscribe from your list on. So if you have like email number 7, like 50% of the people that unsubscribe from your list unsubscribe from it during email 7. You might want to go back and look at that email. Something must be triggering people to unsubscribe from your list. So that's one thing to check out, which email people are unsubscribing from. A tip, when people unsubscribe, ask them why they chose to unsubscribe. This is the best opportunity to figure out what you need to change. Yeah, just like with the sales pages, don't be afraid to approach people. Don't be afraid to get out there. Ask them why they left. You need to have some tough skin. They're like, you just suck as a human being. Okay, brush it off. You'll be okay. Low sales page conversion. Some things that may be wrong. The traffic, maybe it's not targeted. Do the people trust you? And is it clear what you're offering? What the benefits are, how it will be delivered, how to pay for it. I've been to some sales pages where I didn't even know it was a sales page. So make sure it's obvious that you have a product that you are selling and why they should buy it. Low banner ad click-through rates. Some things that might be wrong is, where's the ad placed? Is it like at the footer where no one sees it, or is it like hidden in a secret area of the website and no one sees it? Is it sexy? Not like, is it sexy, but is it pretty? Do people want to click it? Are the visitors targeted? Again, if you're selling golf supplies and you're running an ad on a dog training site, you're going to get a poor click-through rate. Low average time on the site. A few things that might be wrong. You have nothing valuable on your site. Your site is ugly and it is turning people away. If you have a pop-up opt-in, it may be a bad idea for your site, and you may need to rework it. That's that testing thing. So if you have some good time on your site, but then you add in the pop-up opt-in and people start clicking away from your site more, you might want to get rid of that pop-up opt-in. Now, videos are an easy way to get people to stay on your site. Like one 3-minute video ensures that they'll be on your site for 3 minutes. Whereas 5 pictures, they could look at those pictures in 20 seconds and be off your site. So videos can help you prolong the length of time people are on your website. Of course, your article should be the meat and potatoes of your website. So they'll take a while to read and keep people coming back for more. Your site has a high bounce rate. This is when people come to your site and just bounce back off. I said it a few minutes ago, but a few things that may be wrong. Pretty much the same reasons as your low average time on site. There's nothing valuable, it's ugly, the pop-up opt-in, they just see it and they leave. They're like, what is this crap? Now note, this may not always be a bad thing. Your main goal may be to have people enter your site and click on an affiliate link just as soon as they arrive to your site. So your bounce rate will be high, but your site will accomplish its mission of getting people to click on your affiliate link. Now, as you can see, there are a ton of things you can track and mess with. I didn't even mention things like visitor flow, returning unique visitors, pages per visit, etc. Ultimately, it's up to you what you feel is important for your business. Don't be afraid to try new things or hurt people's feelings. Test things out, change it up, see what works, build on it, scrap what doesn't. That's it. Pretty much just carpe diem. Seize the day. Get out there. Test, test, test. You can always improve your conversion rates.